Hey man, I was thinking, like I don't know, I'm not really in the mood to talk about like nerdy stuff this week.
You're tearing me apart, Alex! Get it? Because the room. Disaster artist.
Guess we'll talk about nerdy stuff.
Hello, we're here on Nerdy Takes. I'm Victor.
I'm Alex.
We're gonna talk to you about some good things. We got some fun little bits. New Jurassic Park trailer came out.
Boom. World. Jurassic World.
Disaster Artist came out, and then some big Disney news.
Whoa.
So what
Disney,
could it
our
be?
lords and savior. We're gonna start off with Jurassic World numero dos. If you guys don't speak Tagalog, that means two.
You speak Tagalog?
I've never seen the trailer.
Yeah, I just watched it yesterday.
So this is going to be a new experience for me.
Just what? Oh, would you look at that? It's the first thing that pops up.
Wow.
Just gonna go ahead and get the volume up.
You guys are going to get a full-on first reaction.
Okay.
Let's watch some
Got
trailers.
some full screenage.
So, what are you dating, like an accountant now, or
Owen,
ventriloquist?
stop it.
You love a dummy.
This is not why we're here.
You can blame me,
I guess I haven't seen each other for a while.
try to shame me.
Jurassic
I
World.
know why we're here.
I'll care.
A rescue op.
Oh, no.
Save the dinosaurs from the island that's about to explode.
Dead dino.
Dino's gonna explode.
What could go wrong?
Blue is alive. You raised her.
Blue Velociraptor.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Insidious? What's
These
going on?
animals deserve the same protections given to other species,
Whoa. That was cool.
or
I like
should
that.
they just be left to die?
How
Bron.
terrifying would that be?
These creatures were here
Just
before
like-
us.
Jeff
We're not
Goldblum, you
careful.
missed him.
Damn it. Go back. Go back for Goldblum.
But yeah, no, dinosaurs just walking around casually.
Yeah, that's terrifying. No, thank you.
These creatures were here before us. And if we're not careful, they're gonna be here after.
That guy's a good actor, too. I like it.
Michael Bell.
You know me.
I don't know why he runs so weird.
Yeah, he does. I saw that on his Instagram, and I was like, what?
Also, no.
Nope. Nope.
God, that T-Rex sound is so awesome.
Life cannot be contained. Life breaks free. Life finds a way.
Look at them. Everyone's just going for the
Holy
cliff.
crap. Whoa.
That'd be terrifying.
Oh my god.
There's a dino that gets hit by a meteor.
Jesus. That was cool. That's really cool.
It's gonna be wild.
I'm excited. That's awesome. I like the plot, the whole idea of the island blowing up.
Right? And like it's a
Trying
little
to-
rescue op.
Yeah,
'cause
that's cool.
the last
Blue.
last one ended pretty wild.
Yeah.
Also-
that big old dino.
How do you kill that water dinosaur? Because that one was like 700 feet long.
You just give it a big old punch in the face.
Smack in the mouth.
Yeah. Tell him, no way, Jose. I mean, I liked the first one. I thought it was fun. I mean, it wasn't a movie like, it was a turn your brain off and just have fun kind of movie.
Yeah. That's
And I dig
exactly.
it. I'm cool with it. I mean, Jurassic Park, you're not going to beat it. You're not going to have a better movie than Jurassic Park, so...
A lot of things are happening in this.
I think it's going to be cool.
I want to know what they're going to do after everything is covered in ash and smoke, because it takes a while for that to
I
clear
feel
up.
like this is going to segue pretty well into a third one, with them trying to find a place for the dinosaurs. Now that the island's, like, done. That'd be cool.
Still don't know how you're going to kill that giant one. Don't tranquilize that
No, you
thing.
just let it swim away.
The thing ate an Indominus Rex.
Yeah, it's fine.
But like, okay, so you're finding dinosaurs, all these homes. You wouldn't be like, what about the guy in the tank? Oh, just leave him.
Yeah.
He'll just eat naval ships and people.
Yeah. I mean, what? He's going to take down a cruise line? So what?
Who goes on cruises? I love cruises.
I would love to go on a cruise.
But not if there's that monster in the ocean.
Yeah, that'd be terrifying. I would not.
Like, imagine
I wouldn't
like-
even go to the beach.
Yeah, I would stay as far. I would move to the Midwest to avoid all bodies of water that could
I
support.
wouldn't even go in a pool. I'd be like, nope.
Interested to see I forget the chick's name, but Chris.
Dallas Howard.
Yeah, her and Chris Pratt's dynamic in this.
Oh yeah, it looks
Because that whole intro scene was like, you seen someone now? And she's like,
looks
oh,
like
and
I
he's
haven't
like, ventriloquist?
in a
You always
while.
liked a dummy.
It's been a while. They haven't really talked to each other. It looks like.
Been a while.
God, I hate you.
I don't know how they're gonna move the plot forward with like Blue.
I think it's just rescuing Blue.
No, I get that, but I'm saying like when the whole island explodes, they were running towards a cliff.
Oh yeah, I don't know where that came from. Where they're gonna go with that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so it leaves you in a little bit of suspense.
I wonder, is that before they find Blue though?
No, because when he found the scene where he found Blue, everything was like so calm and like
Yeah, but it looked like it was like volcanoes erupting, right? With the island. So maybe that was just like one of them.
Like it's building up.
Yeah, they got away from it.
So I'm like, what do you do with a velociraptor?
You ride it to safety.
But he was running. All the dinosaurs were beelining off a cliff. Just like, anything's better.
Is that water? That's water.
I think I can make it. Little legs like...
I don't know. It looks cool though. I like the whole thing how the park is abandoned too. It's really creepy.
Yeah,
That's so
when
creepy.
he's like a rescue mission, you see the dead Triceratops.
Ooh, yeah.
That's boopy.
Let's stop wildlife hunting, guys. Triceratops are endangered species. We need to save them. This is,
Remember when people believe that?
yeah.
I throw up the picture of Steven
Wow, I
Spielberg
can't
and a
believe
dead
Steven
Triceratops.
Spielberg killed a Triceratops.
You know they've been dead for like what, 65 million plus years or something? Another thing that happened in cinema world was Disaster Artist came out with Dave and James Franco.
Directed by James Franco, produced by James Franco, starring James Franco with all his buddies. Seth Rogen, Dave, his brother. It's the first movie that they've ever acted in together.
Which was really cool actually to see them.
Really awesome. Zac Efron's in it, which was hilarious.
Yes.
Josh Hutcherson.
The cast from Why Him, basically. The
Yeah,
mom
Bryan
and-
Cranston did make a cameo.
And the mom, whose name I forget. So there's a ton of people in this, and if you guys don't know what The Room is, it is regarded as the best, worst movie ever made.
AKA the best movie ever made.
Yeah, and we did a long time ago cover a podcast talking
We
about
did.
this.
We did a bad movie review about The Room.
We just really go in depth about how
So-
awful it is.
If you guys want to check that out, let's link.
It'll be up here. I'll have to do one of the eye things.
Let's link.
It'll be up here. But anyways, so this movie, in short, was made by Tommy Wiseau. There was like an almost $6 million budget, possibly over that. No one knows where he's from exactly.
James Franco said there was 3 mysteries about Tommy Wiseau. 1, where he's from, because he has this weird Eastern European accent, but he says he's from New Orleans. Obviously, he's not.
He's not.
Then you have where he got his money, because he had $6 million to make this movie.
He had like
He didn't rent the equipment. He didn't rent anything. He bought all the equipment, and he bought 35mm cameras and digital
HD,
cameras.
yeah.
So that was ridiculous. And then the third mystery is how old he is.
Yeah.
Because he says he was in his 20s when he made The Room, but he's clearly not in his
Yeah.
20s.
Clearly, if you look at the guy, he's not in his 20s remotely. Anyways, this movie is basically the tell-all of how The Room came to be.
based off of the book that was written by
Yeah.
one of the stars in the movie.
Greg.
Greg. S-
Greg.
gotta do better with names.
Greg Sestero.
Yeah, he wrote the book, Disaster Artist. And James Franco read it, and he was like, we need to make this a movie. And they did. And they did an amazing job.
Amazing. They captured everything. Tommy even went so far as to say, like, this movie is...
99.9% accurate on how everything went down. And
So it's...
It's crazy.
And from start to finish, my stomach hurt laughing at this.
It was so good. It wasn't even just funny, too. It was, like, actually really heartfelt at points. Because this guy put his heart and soul into a movie that he really thought was going to be amazing. This was his
and
dream.
like change the world. This was like his
And, like,
ideal dream.
He basically told everyone who said he couldn't do it,
Screw you.
screw
like,
you.
I'm gonna do
I'll
it.
make real Hollywood movie.
Yeah, it's real Hollywood
It's
movie.
real Hollywood movie.
Basically, the whole thing is after his move to LA with Greg Sestero, Greg lands an agency but isn't really necessarily getting work, and they're at this for a few years, and Tommy's just not getting anything because like no one can understand him. They don't like his demeanor. Like nothing about him is going great. It's his life is a movie. It's weird. Like his own life
Yeah.
is such a tale.
Well, no one knows his life. So.
Yeah. And basically, they have this idea to make a movie.
They basically said since Hollywood isn't giving them a shot, they're just gonna go ahead and make their own movie. And Tommy writes it, Tommy directs it, and he stars in it. And he basically tried to be James Dean and like be the all-American hero, like heartthrob.
Yeah.
But he's not.
One of the best giveaways about how not American he is how he keeps referencing, I want this to be like real American movie.
Yeah, he always says he wants it to be an American movie, but he's from America apparently, so like why would you
Why do you have to like
say
state
it's an
that?
American movie?
Like just make a movie.
But the crazy thing is he actually came out and said he was from Europe.
I'm originally from Europe, but I'm right now American.
Finally.
Yeah.
On Jimmy Kimmel. Like that was the first time he's ever said it. And James Franco was freaking out, everyone was freaking out.
You know what? I almost hope that when Tommy passes, he still reveals nothing, and he
I
will just
wanna
be one of the
know-
longest mysteries in
I
the
want to
cinema
know
world.
nothing about Tommy. Actually, I want to meet Tommy, let him tell me everything, and then only I know. So everyone else is still.
And you carry the torch of
and I
never.
just become the next Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, but we already know how old you are, and I know where you're from.
Do you?
Yes. Anyways, this movie's super funny. Like I lost it.
I honestly think it's James Franco's best role.
He did okay. So the thing is, he also embodies like the accent.
Yeah.
They did great makeup work. The context.
He said that he stayed in character when directing too, so he was still talking like Tommy,
To
giving direction on set.
And
Because
he has
he was trying to keep the accent going.
this weird accent.
It's always changing. It's such a weird accent.
What's cool to see the relationships
Relationships.
between Tommy and Greg.
It's almost like a brother relationship, but at the same time, it's really toxic.
You have Tommy who has this ideal world. He says he wants everyone to live on his planet, you know, like Tommy's planet.
They are.
And you have this guy Greg who basically was just struggling to be an actor, like couldn't find his own voice.
I like the beginning when they first started talking, because Greg is like, he wants to be an actor, but he doesn't have the confidence, and he doesn't really like show that he like can act. But then you have Tommy who can't act.
who has all the confidence in the
But
world.
he has the most confidence. So you have these two polar opposites of someone who can do it, but doesn't have the confidence, and then someone who can't but has more confidence than Brando.
It was insanely good.
If you like The Room, even if you haven't seen The Room, you could still see the movie and enjoy it. Because I think it was just a great film. It's a great story.
I think, okay, so if you haven't seen The Room,
I suggest you see it.
yeah, go see it. But if you haven't seen The Room and you go see Disaster Artist, it'll make sense because they tell the story.
Yeah, they do.
But if you've seen The Room and you see Disaster Artist, there's going to be like a bunch of little Easter eggs. Like when Mark is reading the script, there's certain lines that they don't redo, but that are hilarious from the movie. And you'll be like, they did the line. Like, so
Then
there's
they did
good
a fun-
callbacks.
They did a really fun side-by-side at the end.
Yeah, they did a
where
shot-for-shot
they
side.
reshot some scenes so that they could show it in the movie and stuff. And
They nailed it.
they killed that.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
Why are you so hysterical?
Do you understand why?
It was so good.
It was so cool to see everything redone. When Josh Hutcherson shows up as Denny,
dude.
and you see his hair,
So good. Denny's something else. Just go see the movie.
Please go see The Room.
It's so good.
And Disaster Artist. Mm-hmm. Great films.
Both of them. The writers of the movie actually were the ones who wrote. James Franco wanted not comedy writers, so he wanted people who could get like the story and really be able to adapt books well. So he got the writers from 500 Days of Summer and Fault in Our Stars.
So go see that. The last thing I really want to touch up on in terms of big nerdy news.
I don't know much about it.
I know about as much as I told you earlier.
Okay.
I don't think any.
I only heard
because
from, like,
it hasn't happened yet, so there's only so much to be
it's
heard.
only rumors, speculation.
So Disney is possibly and most likely going to acquire 21st Century Fox.
There's been rumors about it before, and then they didn't go through with it.
Yeah, but they were saying in the article I was reading, like, it could literally happen this week.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
wow.
as soon as this week, they could acquire them because both companies want the acquisition.
So what would Fox get out of it? Is it just the money?
Probably money. It's a $60 billion deal.
That's insane.
$60 billion. So, basically what's going to happen, Disney wants to acquire 21st Century Fox, and what's cool is that we were talking about earlier is that it bridges the gap in that Disney will own all of Marvel now.
Most of
What's not owned?
the majority of Marvel.
The majority. What's still
because the
out
Sony deal isn't
Oh, that's right, it's not solidified.
It's a full deal. It's,
Okay.
It's like they are allowed to use Spider-Man.
Well, eventually Disney will buy Sony. So,
We'll see.
but what's going to happen is they could use the X-Men.
What else do you want in this world?
And bring them into the MCU.
Avengers and X-Men finally together.
It's going to be so
In the
freaking cool.
movie.
A crazy part about it, I always say this because I feel like Disney runs a monopoly in the film world.
And I'm alright with it.
Yeah, I mean, Disney just makes great stuff. Disney owns 30% of Hulu's stock, and 21st Century Fox owns the other 30%. So if they acquire them,
They'll have more than half.
they will own more than half of Hulu, which means their vested interest in this is crazy. So think about that. You get X-Men, all the profits from that, because they're not going to stop making X-Men movies.
No.
Everything Hulu-based, and the income for, like, I don't know. It's just insane to me. Disney owns everything that we love.
I wonder how they would bring the X-Men in now, though, into the MCU.
I don't know, especially without Hugh Jack.
Well, I mean, like, just because we've tiptoed around mutants for so long because they couldn't use them, and they had, like, the whole Inhuman stuff. That's their way of, like, introducing mutants. How are they going to do it now? Also with, like, Quicksilver was already a thing.
They go back, there were mutants that we've forgotten about. These years we've been fighting aliens.
All of a sudden, mutants now! There's a school,
Remember that guy who ran fast in, like, Ultron?
He's actually
A mutant.
a mutant. So is Scarlet Witch.
Oh yeah, she's a mutant too. I don't know how they're gonna do that. Even if they do, if they wind up doing it. It's just interesting to think about because Lucasfilms, Marvel, and all 21st Century Fox. That's
chills just thinking about it.
wild, Disney. Wild.
That's crazy.
And what we were talking about is that I don't actually mind that Disney owns all these things because Disney hasn't done anything bad with them.
Yeah, everything that they've acquired so far has just blossomed.
Blossomed or like
Blossom, Buttercup, and
maintained
Bubbles.
its image. Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, they did. Like, they brought Star Wars back to where it used to be, like, before the prequels. Like, they made it not
Yeah,
bad.
you know, all of episode 1 and 3.
They took us out of the Dark Ages.
And if you say episode 2 to exist, you're not a person. Episode 2 is not a real thing. They never made episode 2. They just skipped.
I hate episode 2 almost as much as I hate sand. It's rough, coarse, and irritating. It gets everywhere.
Here, you want this peach? I'm just gonna creepily move over to you. Internally panics. So Disney's doing good things. We'll see if that acquisition goes through or not.
I'm excited.
But that would be crazy. I mean, they have so much already planned for like the Avengers and stuff that I really don't even know where they would drop in the X-Men.
Yeah,
It would feel so out of place if they did.
Feige went out and said, like, hey, we got, like, 10 more years of Marvel movies already planned, and I don't know how.
Like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know where they go. I don't know. If they get X-Men, then they have more stuff. And the X-Men are fun. They're so
like the
cool because they're
X-Men
not
movies.
just superheroes. They have, like, real-world conflict.
That's true. The whole battle between humans and mutants is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Not that the battle between like villains and people aren't in like superhero movies, but
But this is more like an internal conflict than it is, like, there's a big bad about to destroy the world and we have
yeah,
to stop
it feels like a human issue.
Yeah, which is awesome.
'Cause
That's
it's
why
like-
I love X-Men. I've always loved the X-Men movies and stuff. And the...
I'm bald and I can read minds.
Well, guys, thanks for watching Nerdy Takes.
Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and keep up with all of our weekly content. We got a Monday through Friday. And if you like the videos, follow us on the socials. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Wow.
That's a lot of things to follow us on. And comment. Is there stuff you want us to talk about on Nerdy
If
Takes?
there's some, if there's movies, comics, news that you have, like...
anything news related.
Just let us know about...
Let us know. We'll read it. And we'll see you next Monday.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.